no matter what industry you work in.
Right.
They're the reasons why you get to live. I'm going to make sure that I give you the best teachers, the best coaches, the best everything to make sure that whatever you want to do in life, you're going to be prepared for that, and you're going to have whatever opportunity you have. And knowing that our client is not the consumer, our client is the agent.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the What's Next podcast. I'm your host, Levi Casada, and always with me behind the scenes is the Tony Hernandez. Say hello, Tony.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo,
Hey,
yo.
so I just realized, Tony, I think that it's Whiskey Wednesdays.
Yeah.
I'm just stuck on this Whiskey Wednesdays because that's we shoot a podcast every Wednesday.
Let's make it a thing.
And I have a whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, brought to you by
Let's brand it.
Bourbon. Yeah, let's brand it.
Let's brand it. Whiskey Wednesday.
If you're out
What's
there,
Next?
you own a whiskey company, send it my way. We'll give you a shout out. So
Exactly.
Whiskey,
Yeah.
Whiskey Wednesdays.
Whiskey Wednesday with What's Next podcast.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ooh, the W's. I love it.
There you go. All right.
Well, today I really love having a whiskey because the weather outside is terrible. I don't know what's going on with San Diego, but let's get some sunshine back, right?
Yeah, we want it.
Yeah.
It's too cold.
All right. Well, today's guest, this is going to be phenomenal. We're talking about sunshine, moving around and stuff like that. So today's guest is with a company that has innovated, okay, an essential technology platform that I would say 100,000 users have used that are home buyers and sellers, partnered with top agents, real estate agents. This company is amazing. All the way from HomeLight. My man, he is the sales, we say director? Sales manager, director. He does it all. My man, Facio Palomino. What's going on, buddy?
How you doing, Levi?
Did I say your name right at least? Did I get the name?
Facio Palomino, yes. Sales manager, sales leader. I manage California. We produce, we talk to all the top producing agents throughout California. We partner with them and we do a lot of good things for them. So I could definitely get into what we do now or later. So
Yeah.
you let me know.
Well, is this your first podcast?
It's my first podcast.
You know, that's also my first time messing up on that intro. Just letting you know that. But that was a mouthful. I practice all day. I think we just talked about this too. The more we practice, the more it gets in your head and you're done.
Exactly.
It just really, mind
Does that make you nervous?
Now. You do make me nervous. Look
sexy.
how red I am now.
Okay.
Well, welcome to the show. First podcast. So what I like to do is start out with Would You Rathers.
Okay.
And like I was saying earlier, there's a couple funny ones in here.
All right.
A couple of deep ones maybe.
Yeah. Would you rather?
Would you rather? They're easy. There's no wrong answer. This one's a long worded one. Maybe, I don't know if I can read this one. All right. Would you rather break the world record for the fastest marathon, but must run everywhere you go instead of walking, or be considered the best chef, but have to cook something intricate and time intensive every time you make a meal? This was a weird one to me.
Okay.
So you're either like the fastest marathon runner,
But I got to run everywhere I go.
But you got to run everywhere.
Shit.
You'll have head all condition though.
I got to run everywhere I go. Or I'm the best cook, I'm the best chef in the world, but I got to cook like I'm cooking for like the royalty.
king.
Just to have a mac and
king of
cheese,
England.
like you're excited for mac and cheese. It's not just a basic mac and cheese. Like you're grating cheese. You're doing every bread crumble.
You have bacon for whatever reason.
Bacon.
So I hope I'll be able to run everywhere I go because I'll be fit as fuck.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Can I cuss on this show?
Yes.
Well, you've done it twice.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I?
You're okay.
Okay, so I would want to be a marathon runner, the fastest runner in the world, and run everywhere because I would be fit as fuck.
You'd be fit.
Yeah.
You'd be fit.
Yeah.
But like if you were, say, I know you're married and everything, but if you're like just having like a stroll with you couldn't just go on a stroll with like your wife. You're like, oh, I'll see you there. And you have, that's something you don't think about. You're
That's
like,
better though. That's better.
Yeah.
Because I have no patience.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you'll start seeing I have no patience. I want to get the shit done fast.
Yeah.
And get to where I got to go quicker.
I like that.
So
yeah. For me, I'm the same. I rather run. I hate running, but I hate cooking more than anything. And people will disagree. The only reason I hate cooking is for that purpose. Like you start cooking, you're like, I'm starving now. You can't wait till you're hungry.
Yeah.
If you wait till you're hungry, this whole intensive like way of cooking won't work for me.
No, 100%.
I'll just be like, I got to eat. And then you go and eat and you're just like, what the hell did I just do? I just wanted something simple.
Yeah.
I would be, that's a tough one.
I like that.
I would run.
I would run for sure.
I would run.
Yeah. I don't want to be in the kitchen forever.
All right. Would you rather be exceptionally good at a niche sport that very few people know about, or be okay at every sport you try?
You know, it really depends. It depends if that niche sport's going to get me into the Olympics.
100%.
Right? So like, what's that one, curling?
Yes.
Where they're going with the, you know,
Yep.
they're mopping the floor.
Yeah, well, that's correct.
I always said, if I knew about that, I would have started very young and I would have been in the Olympics today, because very few people probably do that.
Right.
So I'm going to say that.
That's
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I mean, I guess being good at everything, like you just pick up, like you're like, hey, pickleball. I'm like, I'm good. You're not going to be on ESPN later.
Yeah.
But I guess if you are on, like when pickleball started, and if that's that niche sport, like you would,
I want to be a star.
You want to dominate.
I want to dominate shit.
All the weird ones where you throw the ball through like a hoop or something, like that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I just saw one the other day. It was two guys kind of like playing volleyball.
Yeah.
But there was a hoop in the center. So they're just kind of like batting it up. I don't know what kind of ball it was. And they're like, next sport.
I don't think people are that good yet at pickleball. I play pickleball too. I like every once in a while, right? And I feel like
they're good.
I feel like I'm good. I'm probably not that good.
You're not that good.
But I watched like on TV, they're playing pickleball, and I'm like, this doesn't seem that difficult.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem hard until you get out, because you're playing with people that are probably like you.
Yeah. Yes.
At your level.
Yes. No. On TV.
Oh yeah.
Professionally.
It doesn't look
I've
hard.
seen it. It looks like they're just like they're in the freaking in the front, and they're going ding 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 ding. You know, and I'm like that. Like I feel like the sport's going to evolve over time, and we're going to see like it's going to be way better.
It's huge. I don't know how they can make it better. I mean,
I don't know.
People are trying to, do variated sports like that. Like, have you heard pop tennis?
No.
It's an older person sport. So it's got a racket almost the size of a tennis racket.
Okay.
But it's dense foam with holes in it.
Okay.
And you play with almost a deflated or like a junior tennis ball.
Okay.
So they took pickleball. They kind of made that court the same. You kind of use a little bit bigger space. Mm-hmm. But with pickleball, there's no bounce really. Mm-hmm. It's either like right off the ground you're playing it. It doesn't bounce up real high. Mm-hmm. So with this one, with the tennis ball, you can actually like put some top spin on it. It's fun.
Okay. Yeah.
So just look out for
that one.
Pop tennis. Yeah.
Pop tennis. All right. Yeah.
Really, I mean,
well, kind of like UFC. Remember do you watch UFC?
Dude, I watched the first UFC.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. That's probably like my sport. I love UFC.
Yeah.
And I know everything. I feel like I know everything about it. But in the first UFC, because me and you are the same age, right?
Yeah, right.
So the first UFC,
we were kids.
Yeah, exactly. These guys would come out and they would just beat the shit out of each other, and they were street fighters, right? Yeah. And then also all of a sudden, Hoist Gracie came out and started choking everybody out, and everybody's like, "How do you figure this out?" And now everybody knows jiu-jitsu, and I think now today there's that sambo, which is Islam Makhachev and Khabib, and people really haven't figured that out. I think we found out that Volkanovski actually figured that out a little bit in the last fight. And so
which he won, by the way. Obviously.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I think he figured it out a little bit. He didn't figure it out fully, but then now that's how the sport evolves, right, over time. So like if you look at the first UFC versus today's UFC, it's significantly better. Like I said,
do you think it's better? I mean,
the fight's improved.
The fight's improved.
The fight's improved for sure.
Like boxing too.
It's not a guy that comes off the bar stool. Remember Tank Abbott? So he came literally from a bar stool.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it's mainstream like boxing. I think they're going to revert back to that kind of UFC, and they kind of are with bare knuckle boxing and stuff like that now.
Yes.
Because remember that UFC, for one, we had to go to there was no pay-per-view back then. We went to like the Blockbuster store to like find the first UFC, remember? It was entertaining because it wasn't one fight a night. If you wanted to be the king of the castle, you had to fight your way up that night. It was a prize fighting.
Yeah.
You beat this guy, no weight limit, no time limit.
Oh, yeah.
It was you knocked him out or they tapped out.
Yeah. I remember they got a guy that's like 115 pounds against a guy that's like 400 pounds.
400 pounds. Yeah.
And I remember the guy knew karate, like one of those fights, I forget who it was, but I don't remember the names, a long time ago. Skinny dude, like 115 pounds against some big dude that was like 400 plus pounds, and he was kicking the shit out of that big guy, and knocking him out. Like it was.
Well,
it was
the big guy
amazing.
just ran at him.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, you didn't have fights, and then like you brought up that Hoist Gracie changed that whole dynamic because it was like, oh, this guy's just not in a gi, like a karate gi.
Yeah.
He actually knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's all choke you out, But again, the time limit's great because those used to go on for like 20 minutes, and they would just roll around on the ground until
100%.
That's a whole different podcast. We've already spent 30 minutes just on that. That was one question.
Is that Joe Rogan?
Yeah, this is Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah,
Joe Rogan. Pick us up. All right, next question. Would you rather dive from the 10-meter diving board, which is roughly 32 feet?
Shit, I'm scared
What's
of heights.
that? Oh, dude. Or go scuba diving in caves?
Fuck that. I'm diving. I'm diving from the 10-meter dive.
You have both fears, huh? Like you can't do heights or like you don't like being underwater?
Scuba diving?
Like
No,
depths?
I'm just
Scuba diving in a cave is scary. It's dark.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm just a scared person. Like I'm scared right now.
Are you? You should be scared. You should be scared.
So
you should be scared for the next question.
Do you scuba dive?
No, but I feel like I could handle that. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, because
Fish are kind of scary to me. I don't know why.
Because you're underwater.
Yeah, it's
and you're breathing air through a tank.
You're relying on something else.
Something else versus I feel like I control me jumping off first better.
Right.
So like if I jump off, I know I'm going to jump down. Obviously, I'm going to make sure that the depth of the water is like I'm not going to hit the bottom.
It's a swimming. Let's say it's a swimming pool because they don't.
Yeah. So as long as I know for a fact that my weight will not hit the bottom of that pool, then I'm good. I don't know for a fact that oxygen is going to stay with me. Right?
Yeah. I love how deep we break these questions down.
Exactly.
Because you're right. The 10-meter, it's obviously established. People jump off it all the time.
Yeah.
They survive.
100%. And scuba diving is established too, but there's a lot of people that have died.
Variation. Yeah. There has been a lot of.
There's other factors. Like there's.
Yeah, you're in a cave.
Sharks.
Yeah, what if you take one little cavern out to like a spot that you can't come back from?
Yeah, or what if like I was, because I'm HomeLight, right?
Yeah.
What if I was like scuba diving with the guy that from Zillow? And then he was like, forget this guy, I'm going to, you know what I mean? So you don't know.
Hey, you're good.
Right?
Yeah, your tank has air in it. Go on down. Yeah, that's like jumping out of a plane.
That's
like you didn't pack your own suit, right?
Exactly.
When you jump out of a plane, have you ever done that? Jumped out of a plane?
See, the thing, I'm like, no, I'm scared.
I got you. All right. Well, be scared of this next question.
Okay,
This one's hilarious. This one I kind of laughed out loud. Would you rather have to fight one horse-sized duck
Shit.
or 50 duck-sized horses? I'm viewers, I'm just saying right now, how cute would that be? I don't like using the word cute, but like little horses this big would be kind of funny.
So the thing is, that's going to be cute and just be funny, but scary as shit because they're coming at you.
What, do they still have the power of a full-size horse?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
do they have the power of a dog? Then I kick the shit out of them.
No, so I would say it would actually. So if I was to fight 50 horse-sized ducks,
no,
duck-sized horses,
yeah,
they would beat the shit out of me during a longer period of time, which I would suffer.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Versus I would fight the big guy and just die.
Just die instantly.
Just die instantly.
But
which is better.
But what's so scary about a duck? But being horse-sized, like what is he?
The fucking beak. So the beak is gonna come at me like a woof.
Yeah,
it's
one beak to the chest. You're done.
One beak. Yes.
Yeah.
But then maybe I have a chance because I'll run fast.
Yeah, you're already a marathon runner. You're the fastest marathon runner out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it all comes full circle. Yeah, you just ran away from that duck. See a horse-sized duck.
But what if he runs as fast as a horse?
Well, I don't know. Ducks waddle.
Shit.
No, ducks waddle. It doesn't say that. It just says, so I'm guessing it still has the characteristics of a duck. So it still is going to waddle.
Yeah.
So it's just, but it.
Yeah, but it's fast.
Scary.
Like,
I don't know, maybe.
Elephants are fast, dude. Like, elephants can.
Are you saying elephants? Now we're talking about elephants?
Size, like, the size doesn't matter in the speed,
No, ducks are pretty quick. Ducks can be pretty quick. I don't know. I think I would take the 50 horses.
You think so?
I think so, yeah.
There was a goose that bit me probably when I was 6 years old, and it was not the size of a horse, and it terrified me from those animals.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just like, oh, hey, I'm 6 years old. I'm going to go play with this nice little animal, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
And it just almost took my wee-wee.
Traumatized.
Yeah, it was very close, dude. It got my leg. I don't know. Like, it was close.
The wee-wee. Is it? So what's your nationality?
I'm Hispanic.
Hispanic. But like, what kind of Hispanic?
Is there different kinds?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Don't take that away from me.
You're Latino?
Yeah, I'm Latino.
Okay, so you're Latin America?
Latin America.
Okay.
My mom, Irish, Italian, obviously, you
So-
get the whole white and everything.
Because you say wee wee. I think that's like a Latino.
Is it a wee wee thing? You say wee wee?
Or beep beep. See,
You
yeah,
say
exactly.
yeah.
See?
Okay. So beep beep. I said wee wee because I don't know why.
Do you want to see my beep beep?
But normally I say beep beep. Yeah. Do you want to see my beep beep?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's fun. I'm gonna just off subject on that one.
I don't know where this podcast is going,
I'm gonna
but-
tell you. My daughter, she's 22 right now, but when she was younger, she would go to school and like we're just taught all the chonies, the
chonies,
Latino wording, and I would and one time she said something about her chonies at school, and then to like another kid, and the kid's like, "What's chonies? What do you mean chonies? You don't know what chonies is?"
Yeah,
because that's all she knew. She didn't know chonies was underwear.
Right.
And so all of a sudden, the kid's like, and she had explained to the kid what chonies was, and she came home, she was like, no one else uses chonies at school. It's just me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just it's the words. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
like kukui.
Kukui. Yeah,
Dude,
that's
it's kukui. All the time. I go to my nana's house, like the kukui will get you, and I'm like, I was scared of this, whatever the F that, whatever the fuck that name is.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's just, you was scared. George Lopez does a comedy skit about that. How you run little kid, you like run through and flip on the light because the kukui will get you.
Kukui,
I didn't get it. But
I love George.
You don't mess with the kukui, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I love George
really
Lopez. He's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, it's funny.
Dude, this is so good. I don't even want to move on from these. We
do
can do
it.
these all day. Okay, would you rather only drink coffee and no other beverages except for water, or never be able to drink coffee again? How much do you love coffee?
I don't love coffee, so I don't need coffee.
You don't like coffee? You don't drink
No, I
coffee?
don't need it. I mean, I drink it sometimes, but I don't care about it. So I'm naturally hyper person.
You are?
Yeah.
Did you have coffee today?
No.
Oh, see, you are natural. Huh?
Yeah, I'm natural hyper.
Yeah.
And I'm drinking whiskey right now.
Oh.
And I'm not even calm.
Shoot. You're not even calm.
I'm not even calm.
Oh, man. All right, we'll move on from that one.
Okay.
It's because most people in this industry
Oh, coffee.
just thrive on coffee. If you go to any office, it's the first thing you see. There's a coffee machine.
I heard coffee is good for you though. Not the sugar coffee, like the black coffee. Like if you drink black coffee, apparently like it fixes your liver. Like I read random shit on articles and and there's a new article like randomly in like Cleveland something health. It's like the best, and it said if the people that drink 2 to 3 cups of coffee every day has healthier livers than everybody else.
Without sugar.
Black. So just add.
They just said coffee in general.
Okay.
But I'm assuming that even if it's sugar and all that stuff, you're still going to get a healthy liver because you're still eating the coffee bean.
Right.
So it's based on, it's just what I read.
It's facts, people.
So yeah.
Anything we say here is facts.
it's
So
facts.
Facio was saying 2 cups of coffee.
Drink coffee.
Drink coffee.
Yeah.
So you rather.
I don't drink it though, but you drink it.
Well, because we visited the HomeLight headquarters, and I mean, they go all out. They have a full coffee bar.
Oh,
and
my
someone
God.
made, like it was a tech company you need.
No. It's coffee, but drinks too. Just like
those
new Venture Escrow. Like you got drinks.
Whiskey.
Yeah, we got that too. So but we're partners. So
we're partners.
We do the same thing.
Nice. All right. This is, I asked this before I knew you were getting fit.
Yeah.
I did all these questions here. Let's just go through it. Let's just see what you'd answer. Would you rather have an unlimited supply of Chick-fil-A or Taco Bell? Ooh, a little.
So I'm going to tell you, if you would ask me this question like 6 months ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It would have been Taco Bell.
Really?
I loved Taco Bell. And it's not, I didn't stop eating Taco Bell.
Still at an adult age?
Yes.
Okay.
For some reason, like I craved Taco Bell.
Right.
Like I just want a Mexican pizza.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm glad you've mentioned that.
Yeah, because I'm Mexican.
I grew up on that. No. But they were obviously a Mexican pizza. Like that was definitely driven to the white people.
100%.
That's so when I was little, my mom would stop. It was just kind of on our route.
Yeah.
Mexican pizza was what I grew up on every week. Probably almost 2 to 3 times a week.
Yeah. No, Mexican. So 6 months ago, I would have said Taco Bell all day. And yes, I'm dieting. And yes, I've lost a good amount of weight.
You look good.
But I'm just not having fast food, part of my thing. But the reason why I say not Taco Bell anymore is because the last 2 times I ate Taco Bell, it was a disaster. So So I went in and I got like.
Are we allowed to say Taco Bell on this? We're okay, right?
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
no sponsorships.
So yeah. Hey, Taco Bell, I will talk better about you if you sponsor us. But this is true. So I went into Taco Bell, I got a Nacho Ball Grande, and I started just eating the Nacho Ball Grande.
I don't want to know. Is this going to be bad?
It's bad, but it's not gross.
Oh, okay.
But it's bad, right?
Yeah,
so as I ate a chip, I bit it. Lucky I'm biting. I'm not swallowing my food, right?
Yeah.
And there was a big metal piece on the chip.
Okay.
And I bit down on the metal piece and I looked at it and I was like, what the heck? It was like a big nut screw.
It was huge.
It was a huge
big.
nut screw. And I went to the Taco Bell and I was like, hey, I just bit my mouth into this. Like, and the store manager goes, oh my God. And he's like, and he started blaming his employees. And I was like, why would you do this, right? Like, just say, okay. You know, he said it was from the nacho cheese. The bolt came from that.
What?
So it came from inside the cheese dispenser.
Or something fell out on the nacho cheese platter. That was a part of the machine that did the nacho cheese. So that happened. Yeah. Second time I had Taco Bell, I opened it up just to see my burrito because I felt like they messed with my food because they were just acting weird. Yeah. And I opened it up and it looked like a big old like loogie wad in my burrito.
In the burrito.
So I said, you know what? No more
fast food.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Yeah.
But for sure, no more Taco Bell. So Chick-fil-A. I guess I'd have to go. I know it's a long answer, but
that's what we want to get at because again, everything's relative here. That like, hey.
So what do you think it was in the burrito?
Like his loogie.
His loogie, man.
No, 100%. This guy was acting like weird and strange.
Yeah.
And I ordered one time. I was like, hey, you know, I asked for no onions. Please give me no onions on this burrito. And then all of a sudden, like he packs a ton of onions on it, or again, And then I see like a loogie in there, and I'm like, this got to be a loogie. So I went back and I was like, dude, you fucking spit it. Sorry, you spit in my food.
It's okay.
I go, I'm gonna give this back to you. I don't want my money back, but you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Bye.
You tell him that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of going that way, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's why there's just no trust out there. The society today and just people working and I understand the food industry. I've been in hospitality for a long time before this job, and I get it. You get burned out, you get run down. You're trying to make it like a living. Yeah, but just the universe will provide if you have good karma out there. There's shitty days, but you got to just kind of mesh through and no matter there's people out there you're not gonna like. And there's people that are going to piss you off. Just like, you're like, gosh darn it, the last person that orders no onions is getting a, you know, like, take it easy, guy. Like, just make the food and like, and everybody's got to work. Yeah. You know, we're all grinding here. And
and we got to look at our customers and, you know, and they're the reasons why, no matter what industry you work in. Right. They're the reasons why you get to live. Right. Because they're coming to you and trusting you with their business, whatever industry it is. And you just have to, as in the service industry, you have to cater to that. You know, you don't have to be super overwhelmingly nice, but you kind of have to say, thank you for coming to my business because that's the reason why I have a job. Right. Yeah. You know, no matter what you do in life, I think that's just what it is.
I think that's a tough mentality to have if you're an employee of a Taco Bell.
No, right? Well, that's the thing. It should be maybe the onboarding should be better. Maybe the training should be better. Yeah. And again, at a young age, when you start any job at a young age, let's just say, outside your family, just like sports, you have mentors. So I'm speaking to all the managers, all the department heads out there, like it's on you. Exactly. If you come to work with a shitty attitude as a manager, director, you know, whatever, supervisor, anything it doesn't matter what you do. You're going to project that onto your employees, new employees, old employees, and they're going to take that and that's how they're learning, especially if they're at their first job ever. They're like, oh, you're treating them like that? I can treat them like that. Yeah. So it kind of goes in that fashion. Like the guy that blamed the other people for the
horrible.
Bowl, right?
It's horrible.
You're running this branch, or this location, you
are responsible. You're
responsible. I'm so sorry, sir. Hey, I'll take care of it. Never happen again. I'll make sure. I'll check the machines. Like,
You're 100% responsible. And it's funny to me. I was kind of taken back by, he was like, oh, really? He's like, I got a lot of young employees working here right now. And I'm like, come on, man. Take responsibility. Yeah, you got to supervise them and make sure that they're doing everything right. Yeah. Right? So.
Well, and those guys who stick out that job or move on to another job, they're going to start blaming their employees. And it's just a cycle that you can't break because now you have that guy.
It's a work culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. So like I've always managed people, right? So since I was 23 years old, I've always been in some type of leadership or management role. And the consistency of attitude is the most important.
Yeah.
Right. You got to come into work every day, and your employee should never, have to ask the question, what mood is he in today?
Right.
They should never ask that question. And it happens in every industry, like, oh, shoot, the boss just walked in today. I hope he's in a good mood.
Yeah.
Oh, is it the right time to go tell him about this? Because I don't know.
Yeah. It's a Monday or a Friday.
Yeah. No, you got to be consistent. You got to, it's a business.
Yeah.
And sometimes even if you're in a bad mood, sometimes you had something bad happen at home or in your personal life or at work yesterday or something, whatever it is, you have to be in a consistent mood for your employees, because if you're not, then your employees are not going to be productive, because they're going to always they're not going to trust you.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So consistency for anything you do in life is the key, but with attitude is, I think, the most important thing, whether you're a leader or you're just a person serving other people.
Yeah. That's great advice.
Yeah.
Because if you are having those shitty days and you don't, it's hard not to bring it to work.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
But find an outlet.
Mm-hmm.
Find that one person you can call, vent.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, this works all the time. I'll call Tony. Tony will call me. Like, no, there's other people.
Yeah.
Like, there's like, I sometimes don't call my wife because it's about my wife. No, I love you. But find that one person.
Is she watching?
Yeah, right. Find that one person in your life that you can call at any time. Sometimes it's my dad even.
Mm-hmm.
And just be like, hey, what are you doing right now? Can you listen to me for 5 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Let it all out. Get their advice, or just be like, just having someone else say, I understand, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will put you in a better mood, and then you can go back on with what you're like in your life, what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just got to have that one person in your life that can, take that phone call and
absolutely
have it on your
You got to find it. It's hard. It's hard. You're not always going to find that person, but you got a father, and if a father is going to listen to you, or a mother's going to listen to you, or somebody in your family, or sometimes it's outside of your family, find that person that, what I found in life is that people want to be a part of your success.
Yeah.
So if you ask them for help and you tell them what your goals are in life, they're going to want to listen, and they're going to want to mentor you, because selfishly, they want to be a part of your success too.
Right.
So yeah,
that's pretty good.
It's good.
Dude, these are just would you rather questions.
Would you rather? We're getting deep.
We're getting deep, dude. I think like on 3 questions, we just put a whole podcast together. All right, we'll just do a couple more, and we'll actually move on to.
I like good. This is fun.
No,
though,
I know. Okay. Yeah. This one kind of made me laugh too. Would you rather have to yell ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream every time you eat anything, or cry, it's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring every time you step outside of your house or car?
I gotta cry.
Like, it's raining. No, I'm just saying, like, I think that's what they put in there, like crying, like you're kind of still yelling.
So I gotta yell it. I gotta say these things
you gotta
regardless.
Say, yeah.
So every time I step out of my house or my car, I'm saying it's raining, it's pouring.
The old man
is snoring. Or I cry, or I scream, ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Every time I eat anything. Son of a bitch, because you know why? So we're in the service industry. This is what we do in real estate, right?
Yeah,
we talk to consumers and we talk to agents, and I'm constantly drinking and eating with people all day long.
So this is a great question.
So I would never do that. I couldn't do that. They're gonna be like, you are crazy. I'm not gonna do business with you. So I'm gonna go with every time I step out of my house and every time I step out of my car,
it's raining.
It's pouring, because at that particular time, I'll make sure nobody's driving with me.
Yeah.
And then I'll make sure that I do it when no one's outside. Of my house.
Or you say, hey, just go inside. I'll meet you inside, and then you get outside.
Yeah,
and you
exactly.
You just drop them off, and then you're like, oh, I'm just gonna go park, and you go like to.
It's more controllable.
Yeah, there's no way to avoid it when you're eating like that. Yeah, that's funny. I like that. You turned that around. That was really good.
Yeah, you got to think and speak on your feet, man. That's what life's all about.
You don't want to. It's what is it called? I'm scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream.
They're going to be like, this guy is weird.
This guy's weird. Or you go super viral.
Yeah.
And that's just you in general. Like, you will be kind of an influencer for everybody.
I think I'm going to do that now. Because that's true. Nobody else is doing that.
No one else is doing it. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream.
So do you remember when this is making me think about like these people, like when Britney Spears was going through all her mess, she shaved her head, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And these people on YouTube start, this one guy comes out and goes, leave Britney alone. And he's crying, and and they became famous because he was the first, one of the first people that kind of memed it, and now we have all these, and then we had all these people that were getting on the news channels and like saying, hide your husband, hide your wife. Remember all that?
Yeah.
And then other people started doing it. And then now we have fake people doing it. So yeah, you go viral.
Yeah.
If you're the first,
like, look at this guy. And every time they saw you, like people would try to spot you.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to do it.
I just changed that whole thing.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it.
It's good.
All right. Last question. I got so many more, but maybe we'll go back to them because I love doing this. All right. You're a big sports guy, so this might be tough for you.
Am I? I like to play sports.
Yeah, but you watch sports too, right?
Not as much.
Oh, okay.
Like
well, this will be good because
UFC.
even playing, this is good. Would you rather have your favorite professional sport, which is UFC, your guy, whatever, team always win, but you could never watch them? Okay. Or always lose, but you go to every game.
Son of a bitch. That's hard.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. So if you're a big MMA guy, you like a certain guy, you go to his match, he loses every time.
I get to physically be there?
You get to physically be there. Like, how much do you really like going to sporting events, or
Yeah.
how much do you really love your team? Or
No,
player?
so I like going. And so part of the thing is that my top guy doesn't give a shit about me, so why do I give a shit about him? Right?
Bye-bye, you get knocked out.
If I was like a Raiders fan or a 49ers fan, like all these fans of football teams are like, oh my God, I can't believe my team keeps losing. I'm like, does the Raiders give a shit about you?
Right.
Then why give a shit about them?
Yeah.
Right? So I've always kind of had that attitude, so I'd rather go watch the game.
Because
And they're going to lose because I want to go hang out.
It's a great time.
Exactly.
You would also probably be a billionaire too, because you would always bet on them. You're like, I'm heading the game.
Yeah, exactly.
49ers all the way, you know. It's like, or Raiders, you're a Raider fan. So,
No, I'm not a Raiders fan. So I'm
you're not.
So I was a Chargers fan because I live in San Diego.
Yeah, of course.
Right. But then now I'm not a Chargers fan because they're not in San Diego
So it's
anymore.
pretty much like you were already doing it.
Yeah.
Because you go.
Because I went and then they always lost.
I know. Poor Charger fan.
But like I'm a Padres fan because I live in San Diego.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
Come on, tell me that would not suck
100%.
if you went to like if you watched them even on TV. Well,
That
actually,
sucks.
it'd be easy because baseball would be easy because I don't watch baseball on TV.
Yeah.
I only watch baseball when in person.
Yeah.
It's more fun that
Me
way.
neither. Like you're right. I honestly, I watch sports, but I don't keep up with sports. I only watch them during the playoffs and the championship games.
So I won't watch them during the playoffs. I'll
you
just
won't?
no. If I chose if they want them to win.
Oh, okay.
I'll watch them during. I'll go to as many games I can so I still know they make the playoffs because I know they'll lose.
Yeah.
And then but for baseball only.
Yeah.
But it would be tough. I'm a Broncos fan. It would be tough to
Yeah,
watch.
because you wanna
U of A,
watch,
my
right?
my U of A, go Cats. I hope you guys do it well in the March Madness. But if I couldn't watch them, dude, I don't know. That would
Yeah, that's actually because the excitement of at least on MMA, right? The excitement of just being watching the person that you like to see fight. You're like, I don't know, man. I'm a huge fan too for boxing and MMA, so I get super caught up and like super hyped in the fights. Like,
So 100%. We got to watch together.
you would have to. You have to.
Me and you got to watch together then. Yeah.
You like boxing?
Yes.
Yeah. Also,
rigged. But anyways.
Benavides plant.
Sorry.
Benavides plant's coming in March 25th.
We got to watch it here at the studios.
Let's
right
go.
here.
I'm down.
Yeah. Let's do it. So I'm going to ask you a question. I know
for
you're
it.
the host.
You go for it, buddy.
But the question is, what are you most scared of?
Oh man, what am I most scared of?
Woman.
Oh, my wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm scared of not leaving my legacy behind. Like I'm not I fear, and this is the weakness of mine, that like I do so much for everybody because I had a buddy who I told you this. I might go too deep into this, but a buddy who watched the show, by the way, Ryan, great for watching the show. He told me on one of the podcasts I was talking about my dad, and my dad's gonna leave a good legacy. Like when not a legacy where it's like famous or anything, but I'm talking about like your neighbor is gonna come to your funeral because they know Leo, they know the L train. You know, that's what they call my dad, like super Leo. He does everything for any neighborhood he's in since he was a kid. That's why I was so good with everything I do. Like he would go and change tires. He'd be like, what do you need over here? What do you need over here? He always does a lot.
He's that guy. I love those guys.
I love those. I love those guys.
Yeah,
And I think the biggest fear is that not that I don't leave a big enough legacy, but I want my family. I'm not scared of dying. Don't get me wrong. I'm not scared of dying. I don't want to die anytime soon, but I'm more, my fear is just being forgotten at that point. Like nobody showing up to my funeral and being like,
and have good things to say about you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like when I have, I I go back to, you know, being in the industry. I was always given a smile. I just never want people to, like you said, talk bad about you or just, you know, oh, is Levi in a good mood today? I never want, you know, what day is he going to be in a good mood? I want them to be like, oh, dude, I hope he's here today.
Yeah.
That's what I fear the most.
Yeah, they want to talk to you.
So a legacy that people can remember you and talk memories and what a great person you were, and how much impact you had on their life or on the world or whatever.
And it could be just running and doing something for them very quickly or just something. Yeah, I want to leave. Every job I've left on like good terms. Like, I hope you ever want to come back, you can come back. Like that's what I want. And I think that's also what I want to have my kids know me for, but also, you know, grow up and them feeling the same, not feeling the same way, because I don't want them to. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. I don't know if the viewers are out there thinking that, but that's a big fear. I know. I don't know if you're looking for like spiders or something like that.
No, that's fine. No, that's good. That's good. So, and I'm going to go somewhere with this. That's why too as well. But just to kind of, you know, so I want to make sure that I go. Like I wanted to say something else and do this, but I know. So there's a. So just to touch on what you just said, is you want to leave a legacy. You want people like to come to your funeral, and you want them to be able to express how much, you know, what kind of impact you made on their life or even in the world or whatever. Yeah. And you want to be remembered for a great impact that you've done. Right. So like this is totally off that topic, but I agree with you 100% because I've been to many like funerals. We've all been to funerals, and I've seen sometimes like the pastor, the priest, or somebody else going up there and talking about the person that passed that doesn't know anything about that person. They learn it from the family and they want to talk, you know, and so I've always said to my family, you know, I don't want that person talking about me. Yeah. Whenever I pass, right? Yeah. Hopefully not, like my thing is 103 years old, right? I want to be 103. I want to be that old guy that tells stories. Yeah. But I want you to take over that situation. I want everybody to just come up and say all the different things that they knew about me. Yeah. Like that's my wish.
Yeah. Does anybody want to say anything else? Yeah. It's just crickets, and you don't want that to happen. You want people to be like, there's not enough time for everybody to speak.
Exactly.
Let's go. Yeah.
So the reason why I asked you that question is because, like I said, I have a daughter, most important person in my life, right? I'm my wife as well, obviously, right? But my daughter, and she used to always play this game. What would you rather? That's what you just did. Would you rather? That's awesome. So when you said that, we used to always play this game together, and it would always be something that she didn't really want to do, and then something else she didn't want to do, and then you got to kind of figure out like this. What you just said right here, right?
Two bad things.
Two bad things. Yeah. So would you rather not have a legacy? Yeah. Right. You know, about you, or lick. And this is the same thing I told my daughter. My daughter. Right, we played this, and it always came to this other thing too as well.
Anything you're telling me to lick?
Our lick peanut butter off a hobo's foot.
Oh my God! For one thing, I am OCD. Okay, I'm just letting you know that too. So you paired it correctly. Like if anybody in my family watches. I was ready for COVID, just to let you know. Okay. Everybody was like, dude, Levi was prepared for COVID. Yeah. Wash my hands. Don't touch my face. I mean, I coach volleyball. And so like during volleyball season, you touch so many volleyballs. And so there's a lot of germs going around. Yeah. Never touch my face, but I would wash my hands constantly. My hands touching the leather and stuff, bleeding, knuckles bleeding.
Oh, washing.
Washing. Just from washing. Yeah. So they were so dry and then go back out and do stuff. And so you've hit a pin. That's tough. At this point, I'd rather just go and die somewhere that nobody even knows I'm dead. That's a good one. That's a good one. I would, how long would I have to lick it?
Just all of it.
Do I have to eat all the peanut butter?
All the peanut butter off the hobo's foot.
Is it a full foot of peanut butter?
Yeah. So hepatitis C, East Village.
I would, forget about
downtown San Diego.
Forget about me, and then I think I would just rather be forgotten. I'm
gonna forget. I'm not gonna.
Now my biggest fear just became my best. You know, like
so that was the thing that me and my daughter always played. It always ended up with the lick peanut butter off a hobo's foot.
Peanut butter off. Yeah, that's tough.
So you should do one of those for next time.
I will. I'll try to go as deep as I can. Hey, what's your biggest fear first, and then.
So what's your biggest fear?
Biggest fear. I think my biggest fear is I believe that my family needs me. right? I think my family needs me. And like you said, that you're not afraid of dying. I'm not afraid of dying, but I'm afraid of dying too soon.
Yep. I totally understand. I see that.
So that's because I feel like there's still a lot that I need to do in this life.
Yeah.
And I need to provide for my family, that I would be hurt knowing that I passed without giving them more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
so
that's
my biggest fear.
You know, that's funny you say that, because I just replaced our garage door motor.
Yeah.
And it took me like 3 days, because I did it with my dad probably like 10 years ago on our other house. But my dad did the most of the work. But that's again, like he passed that on to me. So I'm like, I'm going to take this job on by myself.
Yeah.
And I got done and I was like, and the door opened and I was like, this is amazing. I was so proud of myself. And then I turned to my wife, I was all, if I die tomorrow, now at least I got you that garage door. Like, exactly. Like I took care of them. I mean, it's just the little things, but I think about the same thing. Like, hey, if I pass, she doesn't have to worry about this garage door not working. It works.
That's good.
It'll be the last thing. She every time she touches it now, she'll be like, oh.
He made this. That's the only thing he ever did, but it's great.
Terrible in bed, but he. No. All right, well, let's go. Let's dive into this thing. We're 45 minutes in.
Are we?
Right?
That's
it's so funny.
So hopefully the listeners are liking what we're saying. It's funny.
100%. Everybody I sit here with, and that's why I do Would You Rather questions.
Yeah.
If you ever start your own podcast, I suggest you start out with some icebreakers, because we're so chill. We're buds now. You know?
Yeah. We've always been buds,
you know, carnans,
not just
right?
now.
Oh, I know that. I know. Did I say it right? Carnans.
Carnals.
Yeah, we're homies, bro. Yeah. Okay.
Blood and blood out.
Blooded. We talk about
Meatloaf.
Vatos locos forever.
Yeah, he's like, when I was a kid, I used to watch it like 10 times and blah blah blah. And I was thinking I was like Meatloaf, because I'm the half and half and whatever.
I feel like
that's Spider.
That's Spider. That's Spider. Well, so you're talking about you're San Diego. You're Fresno born.
Yes.
All right. Tell me about being born in Fresno. Hispanic family. We're going back.
Okay. 8 pounds, 7 pound, 7 ounce baby Facio Palomino. So just talk about my
let us know like your family. How many siblings do you have?
So I have I got 2 sisters, 2 older sisters.
2 older sisters. How was that?
2 years older than me, one, and 5 years older than me, the other.
Okay.
I was the baby boy. Right.
Same here.
I used to get the shit beat out of me by my sister. My sister beat the shit out of me.
Really?
All the time. Yeah. Because I probably was, I was a little punk ass little brother. Right?
Well, for one, being the baby of the family, you are a punk ass.
I'm a punk ass little brother.
I was too. So it's like you got everything.
The shit out of them.
Yeah. And you're the baby. You're the boy. You're the only boy.
I'm the boy.
Yeah.
Right. So I remember they would just, I would be standing there and just standing there watching TV, and my sister run up to me and kick me in the balls.
Oh no! It
was bad.
Wow!
It was bad.
Not in the pee-pee.
Yeah, in the pee-pee. Just kick me in the balls. And they were in New Kids on the Block. Remember New Kids on the Block?
Yeah, of course.
So like when I used to get mad at them, I used to go to their room and tear out
their posters
down.
And you were a terror. I would kick you in the pee-pee too.
No, and then my sister came to me and kicked me right in the stomach, knocked the air out of me because of that. So yeah. So I mean, growing up, just single mother for the most of the part.
Okay.
Right. Father, just to kind of, give you the full story on this and kind of who I am, where I am,
of course,
why I'm probably where I'm at today type of thing.
Yeah.
Is, father was, gang member. And part of the reason why I left Fresno too, as well, when I decided to grow up and get the hell out of there, was murdered in front of me. And when that happened, I was like, God, I don't want to die like my dad.
Yeah.
So mindset changed quickly. Right? Like, I remember 10 years old, mindset changed, said, well, I don't want to be a thug. I don't want to be a gangster, because that's the reason why my dad died.
That's the outcome.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, right then and there changed my life as far as my thought process, because obviously I was too young to like start a bad life anyway. Right.
Right. So
my thought process changed and said, well, how do I not be in this environment anymore? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I focus on school. And this is just me saying this, right? Because my mom, was not in her right mind. She was in that kind of life at that time too, as well.
Right.
Not anymore, greatly. But, so I started, to say, oh, well, what I gotta do? I gotta go to school. I guess I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna get good grades. I'm gonna get out of this.
Were you not succeeding in school at that time?
You know,
Not succeeding, but
I think as a young kid, I was going to school, you know, I was doing the basics, right? But I really said, I got to focus.
Yeah.
Right. Because I knew that's the only way out of, you know, quote unquote, the hood.
No, bro, you were in the hood.
And so, so I did that. And it's kind of like, you know, that's kind of how I kind of, you know, positioned my life and never got into that lifestyle because I knew that wasn't the lifestyle for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a rare mentality, by the way.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're probably big in faith, like just
100%.
You know,
yeah,
being Roman Catholic, I'm guessing.
So I grew up Catholic, but I started going to the Christian church because
for you,
because it's teaching the Bible, and I just felt like I had more fun.
You're teaching.
Yeah.
Preaching the choir because what you're saying is like that's how we kind of grow up. I grew up in a Hispanic, you know, Catholic, same thing.
Yeah.
Nana still goes to, you know, church every Sunday, probably 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah.
But there's something to be said. I probably said this before on a different podcast, but having a priest, I don't want to get into a religious thing, but just having a priest preaching to me of not knowing how, you know, having a wife or, you know, kids and stuff like that and trying to tell me how to be a father or just a person was tough for me.
Yeah.
So Christianity,
yeah.
The not a priest, it's a pastor.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're married, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they go through that same, you know, so they teach it a different way. It's more fun. Like you said, it's more fun.
You know what's funny?
The music is what?
So my grandmother, and we talked about a little bit before this about my grandmother.
Yeah.
So she's the one, obviously, she's always been my rock, right? And she passed, you know, but just recently. But she's the one that always, no matter what was happening in life, she took me to church, right? Did the catechism thing, did the first communion, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And so growing up, I'd be in the church and I used to always be like, I want to be a priest.
Yeah.
When I grew up, because I was in the church. I was like 4 years old when I said I want to be a priest. But then I realized I didn't want to be a priest after all when I found out that they couldn't have kids.
Right.
So I was like, I don't want to be a priest.
Yeah.
I want to be a dad.
Right.
Yeah.
So I quickly realized that.
They want to, they should change that sometimes down this road. You got to evolve. And
They gotta
change.
evolve.
But going back to what I was saying, it's a very, that mindset you had was crazy because sometimes you see that your dad, it's you sometimes want to revengeful.
Yeah.
So you feel that legacy that your dad was trying to leave behind as being a thug and stuff like that.
100%.
So you can get your revenge on whatever. At least that's Hollywood, how Hollywood does it. But
that's how I thought, right? As a kid, you know, I really took into like boxing and like martial arts and stuff like that after that. And I had my punching bag, and then I had my mom buy me a couple of gloves, and I would drive around my neighborhood in the hood. And I would challenge random kids to box me. Be like, hey, I got 2 gloves. You want to box? And none of the kids my age wanted to box me, but everybody older, they say, yeah, I'll beat up a little kid, right?
Yeah.
And I was never scared. So I boxed everybody in my neighborhood all the time.
Jeez.
Like I constantly did it. And then we stopped boxing. Like the way we found out whether or not somebody won or lost is whoever gave up, right?
who knew that they just had to take you scuba diving?
Yeah. That's true.
They're like, oh, Facio, he doesn't like water. Let's take him scuba diving.
Yeah, but I could box somebody all day long, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
So,
But that's typical. That's like typical Mexican culture, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
it was this kind of similar to me. Like in Mexico, it's like on the street fighting all the neighbors, like kids and stuff. Just put on the gloves on. My brother will bet on me, you know. Sometimes against me.
And I would have seen it too if my dad would have married a Hispanic woman, a Mexican woman.
Okay, yeah.
Because my mom being white, you know, kind of got us out of that culture, which is weird because we, like all my cousins, everybody still hung out with each other. Like my dad grew up with all his cousins. It was a neighborhood thing. Like your cousin lived next door, your other cousin lived here, and you had this big family of 5. And so everybody would just run the streets back in the day.
Dude,
So if he would have stayed in that neighborhood, married a Mexican woman, and I was born that way, raised, it would have been like, I would have met with my cousin, same thing. But you know, you can kind of get pulled out of culture. I didn't get to box everybody.
Yeah.
So I was the little wimpy white boy.
Even when I moved,
I would go back to my family, and they would be all stronger than me.
Even when I moved to LA, I was in LA, and I was like, I don't know, 16, 17.
Yeah.
Even the cousins there, they were like all out drinking in the backyard, and they would bring the gloves out and like, let's box, and like, all right, let's go. You know.
So actually, I recommend it. So like I had a girl, right? She
I was gonna say you have a beautiful family. By the way.
Thank you. You only
You only had one.
Only one. I had her when I was 18 years old.
Did you really?
So that's why she's 22 and I'm 41 now.
Well, before you tell your story, because you're going to go into boxing
Yeah.
still?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just kind of get up to that.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so your mindset changed. Went to school. You went to Fresno State.
Went to Fresno State. Yeah.
Graduated college.
Yeah.
But you had a baby in college.
So yeah, I had a baby freshman year of college.
Wow.
So funny story is, and I think that happens, right? So like, at the time I, obviously didn't have a father, didn't really have a father role model.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any, and I never had really a man mentor, right? And I think everybody needs a man and a woman, right? So like I felt like I was my own man, right? So I always felt that I raised myself, wife was my mother.
Well, you grew up in a house full of women.
And then, mother was, not and she'll admit today, she wasn't the best mother at the time. She probably wasn't in the right mind after my father passed and all that type of stuff. Yeah. So she never was really around. So I felt like I had to do things for myself.
Yeah.
And so, I think at that time, what happens in life is that you're searching for your person, even at a young age. I think that happens, in the hood a lot. Right.
Right.
And so like when I felt like with my person, then it was more comfortable and it was easy. Right. Which I found my wife, today's wife, my wife, her name's Bridget, right?
23 years, right?
23 years.
Yeah.
And it was easy. It was relaxful. So no matter what happened at that time, we could figure it out. Right. Like nobody was protecting themselves for anything. Right. So like I met her I met her January of 2000.
Okay.
I had my daughter November of 2000.
Got it.
So we got to know each other during the pregnancy.
Yeah.
And we were lucky enough that we kind of lived a similar upbringing where we understood each other. And then we were able to, like have a bond very quickly and became best friends, fell in love really quickly. And then now we're raising a daughter and we knew exactly how we wanted to raise that daughter. And so we're still today, because even at 22, you're still raising a daughter.
And I think that is a huge point because I feel like everybody goes, oh, I can't wait. I got a daughter, it's 12. It's like 6 more years, she's out of the house. I think there's even harder times after they're a certain age because there's different lessons to learn.
Correct.
You were 18 when you had your kid.
Yeah.
I don't want her to be 18 now.
100%.
Right? It's just little things like that. Like, I got to have these conversations instead of being like, I just got to make sure they eat.
100%.
When they're kids, you're like, did you eat dinner? Like, I got to feed you dinner. Now you're not worried about them eating. You're worried about them doing other things.
So because, during the time that we knew how we wanted to raise my daughter and we wanted to make sure that she was in an environment, because a lot of people say, you know what, it doesn't matter what neighborhood they grow up in. It doesn't matter, what school they go to. It matters about the household that they're born into. And I think that's crap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the outside world, they're in that outside world more than they're at home.
Right.
And yes, you're raising them and you're teaching them and but it takes a village to raise a child.
We just talked about that. We talked about being a manager. Like they go to work, they're going to work 8 hours a day. They're going to be away from you.
Exactly.
They're with their best friends, whoever they run with.
100%. You can never eliminate the exposure they have, but you can minimize it. Right. So we were very strategic on what elementary school she's going to go to, what middle school she's going to go to, what high school she's going to go to, because it's going to set herself up for success. Yeah. So she can go to the college of her dreams. And she did that. So
you can give a shout out, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
I know you're a proud dad. Tell them what college she went to.
So she went to Columbia University. She played field hockey there 4 years, D1 field hockey, and now she's a successful adult. She lives in New York City.
She stayed.
She stayed in New York City. She works. She's at a consulting firm. She's an analyst, and she's been there for about 6 months now after graduation, and she's already going to get promoted to her next role. So
congratulations.
So she's doing amazing.
That's great.
And so I'm very proud of I guess the strategy that I put together to help her do whatever she wants to do in life. Because the thing is this is I think as a parent, and what I told myself is I'm never going to regret what I'm doing for her as a parent. Like I'm going to make sure I put my all into it, and I'm going to make sure that she has all the opportunity. And she has all the best coaches. She has all the best teachers. And I even wrote this down before she was born. I wrote her a letter when I was 18 years old, and I still have it today. And I wrote down, as your father, I'm going to make sure that I give you the best teachers, the best coaches, the best everything to make sure that whatever you want to do in life, you're going to be prepared for that, and you're going to have whatever opportunity you have. And I wrote it down and I read it to her. I read it again at her graduation, high school graduation, when she went off to college.
Is that the first time she read it?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I read that to her. And so like today, like I think people do regret certain things about what I wish I would have did this. I wish I did that. But I guess because the life that I lived before, with my dad and my mother and all that type of stuff, I knew what type of parent I didn't want to be and what type of parent that I wanted to be.
Right.
So I was prepared for, even at 18, I was prepared to have her in my life to raise a child.
That's super impressive.
Yeah.
Not many people can say that.
No,
18-year-old, you're wet behind the ears. You're going to college. You're partying.
Exactly. So I didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
I didn't start drinking until I was 34 years old.
Yeah.
34 years old. I didn't drink not one sip of alcohol. But I when I did it, I was like, I guess I'm mature enough to do it. I didn't trust myself before that.
Smart.
Yeah.
I didn't drink until I was in college.
Yeah.
But I probably should have waited
And
until
you got crazy.
30.
And you still cannot trust him to do that.
That's a lie. That's a beautiful story. That's super impressive because, let's go into it a little bit of technology. It's fun that technology is out there.
Yeah, 100%.
Because back in the day, maybe it wouldn't, like when she was, like kids are going to be different obviously now, but I saw the post. That's why I get to know you before I know you.
Yeah.
So like that post you said that it was her college graduation. Not too many parents would do this.
Yeah.
And it's a selfish thing. And I feel bad for the parents that do feel this way. It's like, I don't want my kid to go to New York. I mean, you're on the West Coast. She wants to go to the East Coast. At 6 years old, you take her to her first trip in New York. And she goes, I want to be here someday. And you said, you can, you will.
Yep.
Not, don't leave me. I'm sure there probably were some like, don't leave me's and some tears growing. But you set herself up in that mindset too, that you can, you will, you can, you will. Like you throughout her life, you were doing these little things because you knew. That's so impressive to me. And that's such a great thing to take. If anything out of the podcast, like that's how you should be. Don't be selfish as a parent.
So yeah, just to kind of elaborate on that is that when she went, when she was deciding what college she wanted to go to, right? She had a lot of great options, right? She's a good student, good athlete. She was going to go on full rides to the soccer schools because she played soccer, but then she ended up choosing field hockey at Columbia. And she goes, she got UCLA, UC San Diego, different colleges. And she goes, where should I go, Dad? She goes, and she's a very frugal person, right? So she goes, where should I go? She's
now, are you frugal? Just really quick, are you frugal?
I'm not frugal with my wife or my daughter.
Okay.
I'm frugal with myself.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense. She got it from somewhere. That's a learned thing. That's it's definitely.
She's very frugal, and so she goes. These are my choices: UC San Diego, UCLA, or Columbia. Those are what I narrowed it down to. She's like, what school should I choose? And I go. She goes. What school's more expensive? She's like, UC San Diego, or Columbia. And Columbia's way more expensive. It's a private university, right?
In New York.
So I go. She's 17 at the time. So I go. They're about the same. Don't worry about the money. Worry about where you want to go. And she's like, well, I want to go. I think I want to stay. Cause she flew out to go meet the coach and did like a weekend with the team. And I remember, she FaceTimes me and her mom, and she goes, and we go, how'd you like the trip? How'd you like the girls? How'd you like the team? How'd you like the school? She's like, oh my God, it was amazing. And then she started crying, and I go, why are you crying? And she goes, because you're not here.
Oh man.
She's like, you're not here. That's the reason I'm crying. She's like, because I love it, but you're not here.
That fucking broke.
And then it broke my heart. So she comes back home, and then we're deciding what she should do.
Yeah.
And I said, look, this is how I want you to make your decision. I go, will you regret more staying and not going, or going and not staying?
Yeah.
And she goes, well, she's like, if I go, because if you go, you could always come back if it doesn't work out,
100%.
if you don't like it.
Right.
But if you stay, you'll probably never go.
Yeah.
I go, so you got to choose.
Yeah.
And she goes, you're right. She's like, I'm going to go. And I was like, that's the right decision. because I was never gonna. Her mother was trying to swear. She's like, oh, if you stay, I'll buy you a Mercedes, and like And I was like, no, don't, you go. You could always get your Mercedes. You buy it yourself.
Yeah. And now she graduated. She stayed there. Yeah, that's how much.
So she made the right decision for herself. And he even says, when I graduate, I'm going to come back home. But I know the opportunity of the work that she does is in New York City. That's the opportunity. So I would actually be sad if I saw her come home knowing that she still wants to be there.
Yeah.
So I'd rather her be there. It makes me the most happy that she's there and happy.
Right.
And I still got to talk to her every day, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're and that's one huge thing about technology.
Correct.
It keeps you there.
Yes.
You're there no matter what.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's like if something does happen, like it takes a little while to get there, but you're there 100%.
Yes. Yes.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So it's good.
Yeah. Thank God my daughter, and probably why I'm saying this, is she's been in New York as well. She was with my wife last year.
Okay.
And she loves Broadway, but she goes, I will never live here.
No, it's crazy.
It's tough. Like, but she's got a little OCD with me too. She's like, it stinks, it's filthy and stuff. But
it's disgusting.
What's your favorite musical? I know you've been to a bit. Because you go there all the time. Now.
Yeah, go there all the time. I would say what's funny is that, I'm still a dad.
Yeah.
Like even my daughter goes, she's like, I'm already 22. You're still full dad. Like, you don't need to be full dad.
Yeah.
Like, I've grown up already. And I still love, like the Disney stuff.
Yeah.
Like Lion King, Little Mermaid. Like, I still love that stuff.
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining. Yeah. And
because it's your nostalgia.
I know all the songs, right?
Yeah, of course.
But I just recently watched Tina Turner on Broadway.
That's why I asked you.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was a good one. Okay. I like that one. Yeah. Yeah.
Is she still around, Tina Turner? She's not doing that. That's just
that wasn't her.
Broadway.
Yeah, it was a Broadway show. Yeah. That was my last one I saw, and I liked it a lot. So,
well, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, my wife drags me to all those too, and
I like them though.
The only one, because I've only did like a 3-day trip to New York, which you can't do. Don't do a fucking 3-day. If you live on the West Coast, don't do a 3-day trip.
No, it's way too. Yeah,
it's the worst. I flew in for one. I don't like flying, so I was already like nauseous flying. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
would you rather fly or lick peanut butter off a
fly? 100%. It's not that I don't fly. It's just that I gotta dope up to get there. So like, okay, flew there. Not like get to the taxi, get there like midnight, spend the whole day. They put me on a ferry.
Okay.
The worst thing that this family could do is put me on a ferry. Get nauseous right away. They go on a ferry just to enjoy a smorgasbord out in like Brooklyn area. So it's like I can't even enjoy the food. Sitting there miserable. Get back on the ferry because it's the only way back into New York. Go out partying that night. Drink too much. Next day I'm sick. Go to meet my sister because she lives out there. And we go to, what are those? This is the first time I've ever experienced those Brazilian steakhouses.
Oh, yeah.
Eat for 3 hours. It was a full trip of being nauseous. Went to Newsies. That was why we actually were there to go see the Broadway opening of Newsies.
Oh, okay.
Went to Newsies that night. Flew out 5 or 6 a.m. the next morning.
Too much.
Too little and too much and too small of a time.
Yeah, way too much.
So I need to enjoy it. Everybody's like, we're never going to take you again. I'm like, you did the worst things for me. I need a good day there to rest, and then I'm good to go.
100%.
I want to experience it a little bit better.
I lived there for about a month and a half.
Did you really?
Yeah. So during my daughter's senior year.
Look at this. This is going to be the longest podcast ever.
Hey, so what happens? I talk a lot. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We got to the good stuff.
So
we did get to the good stuff.
I lived there for a year and a half because my daughter's senior year, I wanted to watch her play field hockey. So I lived in Hell's Kitchen.
Really?
And it was amazing because I lived right below, right above a trans bar.
Yeah.
The Performers.
Oh, that's cool.
So like it was just so it's different from visiting New York and actually feeling like you live there. Like when I live there, when I just visit, I think it's too fast, too much.
Right.
But when you live there,
you try to do everything.
Yeah, but when I live there, I'm like, I like it. I like it when the weather is good.
There you go.
Yeah.
You nailed it. You nailed it.
Yeah. When because I was there in October and that's the best weather.
Yeah.
October.
Yeah, but
before it snows, before it's not too hot and muggy, it's that perfect time.
Perfect time, fall weather. Yeah, but summer's way hot,
but it's
sticky.
it's changing still, which is nice. You get the beautiful,
100%. And last time I went, I don't know if you saw my Instagram, I met Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton.
Dude, I literally have a question. How did you sit down and eat dinner with him? Were you eating dinner with him, or
I sat down for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I was walking. So it's funny. So I was living there for about a month and a half, and one of my daughter's friends of friend, that her father
Yeah.
goes, "You guys gonna be there for a month and a half?" He's like, "I'm retired." I was like, "I'm gonna do it too." Dude's rich, right? He stayed at the, he stayed at the Ritz for a month and a half.
Okay.
For a month and a half. And
That's a good friend to
the thing
have.
is, I called him the Ritz, right?
Yeah.
And so every night he'd be like, "Hey, let's go out to dinner. Let's go out to drinks." So we'd spend all night with him every single night almost, because we're good friends. And as I was walking home from the drinks, I look to the right and I see in a tent, I see Hillary and Bill Clinton. And I was like, "That's Hillary and Bill Clinton." Like, that's Hillary and Bill.
Yeah,
honey,
you can't miss them.
That's Hillary and Bill Clinton, right? And she's like, "Yeah, it is." I go, "I'm gonna go say hi."
No, you didn't.
Yeah, 100%. I go,
Were
"I'm
there
gonna go say
security
hi."
around there?
100%. There's
yeah.
Secret Service.
Yeah.
Right, but all of a sudden I was like, I gotta go say hi. I didn't think about any Secret Service stuff, right? And so I gotta go say hi. So I ran. I kind of like, I go, "You want to come with me?" She's like, "No." I go, "I'm going." So I was like, "This is my moment. I gotta go say hi," right? So I pretty much walked fast into the tent where they're at eating dinner at a restaurant. Quality Italian. That's what it was called. The restaurant's called Quality Italian. And then so they were the only ones outside in the tent eating restaurant. I didn't realize, I didn't think about why they might be the only ones, right? And then so I walk out, and then all of a sudden my wife tells me as I'm walking, so I talk to her afterwards, that there's on the left side that I didn't see.
There's a sniper.
There was a guy, Secret Service guy, that was in the dark waiting, watching the president. And there's actually 2 Secret Service guys inside the tent too as well that I didn't realize that they were there.
Yeah.
And as soon as I started walking that way, the guy goes, "There's a gentleman approaching the president." And then my wife goes, no, he's my husband. He's just a fan. He just wants to say hi. He's harmless. And then he goes, "Okay, just stand by. Stand by." And then so I go up and I go, "Hey," I go, "Hillary," and I go, "Mr. and Mrs., Mr. President and Miss Secretary, she's the secretary." And I go, "I just want to come. I don't want to bother you too much." I go, "I just want to say I'm a big fan." Regardless if I'm a big fan or not.
Yeah.
They're the president. They were the president. So I don't care if it was Trump, if it was Biden, I'm going to go say I'm a big fan, right?
It's a rare job to have.
Yeah, exactly. And I actually was a big fan of of Bill.
It's a different podcast as well.
Yeah. So Bill. And so Bill. So I can
Will
say
you sign
that.
my cigar?
Bill. And so I go, "I'm a big fan." They go, "Oh, we love fans." And I go, and they go, "So what are you doing in New York?" I go, "Oh, my daughter, start talking about field hockey." And they go, "Oh, our niece plays field hockey. We love field hockey." They go, "Take a seat." So I was like, "Sure."
Yeah, it literally it literally looks like you're like, "I just had dinner with you."
So I take a seat and we're just talking about random things, just New York and what they're doing in New York and what I'm doing in New York and my daughter and their niece and
Wow, that's so cool.
And I go, "Look, I don't want to spend too much time. I just wanted to come say hi. I would love to take a photo." So I took a photo with Bill and I took a photo with Hillary. Yeah. And then if you looked at one of my photos, if you go into the photo, you'll see 2 Secret Service gentlemen like this watching me.
Really?
Yeah. So you'll see. Go back in.
I will go back in.
And you'll see the photo of them like making sure that I'm not doing anything bad. So
that's hilarious.
So that was a highlight of my life.
Wow,
that was
that's
crazy.
awesome. Dude.
Yeah.
How you even did that?
I have a question. I have a question about Bill Clinton now that you met him, because I heard of a friend that one of his friends met him.
Yeah.
He said like he has so much charisma
that,
like you can like feel it and you feel comfortable with him right away. Like he has this energy and presence on him. Is that true?
So I didn't get that vibe.
Okay.
I think maybe I met old Bill.
Oh, okay.
Because Bill's older now.
100%.
And he was, when I shook his hand, he was very cold. Like his hand was very cold and frail.
Okay.
And he was very light spoken. So I didn't feel the charisma and the energy from him.
Okay.
And it was mainly Hillary talking.
Okay.
And he was kind of just a statue a little bit, but I did talk to him a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
But so I didn't feel that, but maybe, I mean, I'm sure, right, in his prime.
In his prime, yeah.
I'm sure he was. Yeah.
100%.
Like Barack Obama in his prime, or even today, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
But you catch him 10 years from now, he's probably just like, "I just want to have dinner."
Exactly. So
this guy's coming up on me.
exactly. I'm sure I bugged him, right? But one more thing is 2 days after I met him, in the news it said Bill Clinton was rushed to the hospital because he had like a blood disease or something like that.
Wow.
And then so my friends that knew that I met him go, "What'd you do to the president?"
You're for sure on a no flight list for sure.
What do you do to him?
You will never be able to visit the White House.
Oh, 100% not. So I'm glad everything's okay. He worked out because I think I probably would have been questioned.
100%.
Like, what'd you do?
If it was that night, if it was anything, at that
I would have
time,
been questioned for sure.
Oh yeah, you were
detained for a while.
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, we've been talking for quite a while. I love it. Let's get into a little bit of like now your career.
Correct. Let's do it.
Let's do your career.
Yeah.
So you've done multiple jobs, but now you're working with HomeLight.
I'm working with HomeLight now.
How long have you been with HomeLight?
I've been with HomeLight for a little over 2 years now.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So tell everybody, what is HomeLight?
So HomeLight it started out in 2012 by the founder and CEO, Drew Uwer. And he's a serial entrepreneur. So he's a Stanford MBA. He wanted to create some type of company, right? And he started a couple other companies, and it just didn't work out for him.
Yeah.
And he went to go buy a house in San Francisco, and his realtor he goes, hey, I'm trying to start different companies, trying to figure out what the right company is. And his realtor goes, what would be great is if agents had our clients had some type of platform where they can go and pretty much like rate agents and pick the agent based on their production and their reviews. Like they want to work with the top producing agent in their area.
Wow.
It'd be great if we had something like that on the platform.
Yeah.
And Drew goes, that sounds fantastic. So obviously he got with that agent and he started working what that could look like, and then got investors and started HomeLight in 2012 by just that one idea.
And he was up in San Francisco?
He was in San
at this
Francisco.
Time. So already the tech industry was there.
He had all the relationships. He was at Stanford.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
And so he knew a lot of the investors. He's already went to those investors for other companies that he's tried to start up before too as well. And this was very interesting, right? Like consumers could actually go to a website and say, I want to work with the top agent in my area, in my zip code, because I know that they're going to sell my house for more money.
Right.
The stats show that. Like if you're working with a rookie versus you working with a top agent that knows the area, they're going to sell it for more money. That's just that's given, right? So they started launching that 2012, and Drew and maybe a couple other employees were on the phone, and what they did is they simply called on top producing agents based on the MLS and said, hey, do you want to work with clients? Like, what if I send you leads? Would you work with them and give us a 25% referral fee? And agents were like, sure, if you send me something, I'm going to give you a referral fee.
Yeah.
So he was the guy that actually would call agents and get them on the platform in the beginning.
We were talking about the owner of this company.
The owner of the company, the founder of the company.
Yeah, he's grinding.
Started out with 2-3. He was the guy on the phone grinding, building relationships with agents. And it became a big deal. And everyone started knowing what a HomeLight is. Yeah. Right. And in 2017, I remember I worked for the association. And I sat down with Kyle Whistle. He's a big agent here in San Diego. Does anywhere between 500 to 800 deals a year. Yeah. And I go, hey, I always keep hearing about this HomeLight, and I know they work with top agents. Do you work with HomeLight? He was like, yeah. He's like, I work with HomeLight. And I was like, how do you like it? He's like, I love HomeLight. HomeLight's amazing. They give me the best seller and buyer referrals, that I have. And I was like, that's great. So, and I knew that, being I was the VP of sales for the association. And I knew that the association only had so much opportunity to grow, right? I was already at the top. I was an executive. So, HomeLight actually reached out to me. They signed me on LinkedIn and said, hey, we're looking for somebody to help us with top producing agents, like build relationships and show them not only our leads platform, but also our products that we're trying to go live with. Right. So I said, they go, we keep hearing that you're the guy, you're one of the guys, or the guy that could help us with that in San Diego. And I said, yeah. So I knew of HomeLight already based on just doing my own qualitative research with top agents like Kyle Whistle. And I said, let's do it. So I did it, and I signed on right away. And I started working with all the top producers in San Diego County, all the top 1%. HomeLight works with the top 1% producing agents. We give them buyer and seller leads, high quality. They convert on average on a 28% basis. Nice. So it's a big conversion because we have ISAs in Arizona that vet the leads that come in to the website and then do warm transfers to the agents. And since we already have all these agents that have known HomeLight for, when I got on it in 2021, in January 2021. that already know HomeLight leads, then it's saying, hey, you know what? We also got programs, because HomeLight said, okay, we're a leads platform. Our thing is we want to make sure that we defend the agent, we protect the realtor, right?
Right.
Because there's so many companies out there that are trying to take business away from the agent.
So this is a company that's not just trying to eliminate the human touch of this transactions of the home buying process.
We're not full tech. Like you could write an offer online.
Right. No. Yeah. No, that's a misunderstanding. Like I want people to know that this is still, they're actually a different tech company trying to find HomeLight protects the agent. We do everything with the agent. We've raised over $900 million in the last 10 years from investors. Yeah.
And the reason why we've raised that money is because investors were not the typical tech company that's trying to take business away from the agent. We're trying to include the agent in everything that we do.
Yeah.
We're not only giving buyer and seller leads, but we have solutions for sellers and solutions for buyers that will help the agent navigate with their clients through this market,
right,
to be more competitive, both on the sell side and on the buy side. And so our investors are very interested in that and very interested in us, and knowing that our client is not the consumer, our client is the agent.
Right.
So everybody's trying to go after the consumer. We're saying, no, we want to partner with the agent to build them up so they could be the best agent possible for their client.
You're giving them value
their client. For their client. Yeah. So we have products. Want me to talk about the products?
Yeah. So if you have time.
We have, if you have time.
I have plenty of time.
Okay,
Tony, got time? You got time, Tony.
I got to catch a flight to San Francisco.
I know you do.
But not until 7 o'clock.
Okay,
so I'm good. I'm good. So we have one product which is called Buy Before You Sell.
Is it your most popular?
It's our most popular product right now.
Yeah.
But but we have another product that we're seeing the shift in the market.
Got it.
So that's getting up there too as well. Watch, I'll tell you about that.
Okay.
But Buy Before You Sell, what that does is an agent goes into a listing appointment, right? And they say, hey, I'm the top agent in this area, in the zip code. I've sold X amount of homes in the zip code. And this is what I can do for you to sell your home for top dollar, right? Because I'm your agent. I want to be your agent.
Right.
Here's my 21 marketing, strategy, whatever. But also, I know potentially that you want to buy a future property, because that's why you're selling this house, because most likely you want to buy another property. Well, what if I told you that you can buy your future property before you sell your current one? And the objections that most listing agents have is, I want to list my house. I just don't know where I'm going to go next.
Right.
Right. So now we solved that for the agent. Okay, great. Well, I don't want to sell your house yet. I want to make sure that you find the right house first.
That's incredible.
Before I sell this house for you.
Yeah.
So then the client's like, oh my God, that's perfect. Because traditional real estate states that you got to sell this house first.
Yeah.
And then you're only going to have a short amount of time to find your next house before you're homeless or move twice.
And you're finding when you're putting offers down, you're putting contingencies on selling your home.
Yeah.
Before, like, oh, I will buy this house from you, I guarantee it, if I can sell this home.
Correct.
Right? That's your contingency there. Or they're homeless from this state on, or this, they're renting back, or they're having to move into a hotel. And
it costs a lot of money to move it to a hotel. Yeah. Moving expenses, down payments for the rental,
storage,
leases, storages, and sometimes they get a lease, right? And so it helps bridge that so there was a stat, right? And I heard the stat from Jesse Salas, owner of Harcourts at San Diego and Temecula.
Nice. And
he told me, and he's a new Venture Escrow agent, and he's also a HomeLight agent too as well.
Shout out to Jesse. Yeah.
Jesse, love Jesse. And he told me that Harcourts did a study, 2021, that 56% of the homeowners that bought a house in 2021 regretted the buying decision. Right?
Right.
And I'm going to tell you why they did. Because remember 2021, it was crazy inflation. Everybody was able to get a loan. Like if you're under 18, you can get a loan. Doesn't matter, right?
There you go.
Everybody gets a loan.
Yeah.
Everybody buys a house. Like Oprah, you buy a house, you buy a house, you buy a house. So everybody's buying a house. There's 20 to 30 to 40 to 50. I've even heard up to 120 offers in San Diego on a house, right? During that time.
That's a record.
So what happened is clients were getting, in the mix of all this, and they were like, oh my God, I got to buy this house. I got to buy this house. So they were in the hype of buying whatever they could buy.
Yeah, because you already lost 5 times on different
Correct.
homes.
So it doesn't
you're
matter.
just like, yeah.
So you thought you were going to live in La Jolla with a pool and a bedroom, and you end up living in Tijuana.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. You know, like you end up living somewhere else,
You're
right?
living next to the hobo with the peanut butter on his foot.
Because you, because you won the house.
Because you won the house.
You found, oh, I won. Finally, I won. After the 10th offer, I won.
Buyer's remorse.
And I'm excited. But then when you settle in your home, you're like, shit, this is not the house that I wanted.
Yeah.
So this solves for that. So now no more. If agents put this in their arsenal and they say, hey, look, you want to buy another house? Let's use this program, because you will never have to regret the house that you buy, because you're going to live in your house, and then we're going to keep you in that house. We're going to take equity out of that house. So whatever equity that you have in that house, we're going to take it out, and we're going to put it for your down payment for your future house. Now we could write non-contingent offers on your future house, even that you still own this current house, because there's the Fannie and Freddie guideline that allows us to do that, right? And this is a loophole in the guidelines, which is great. We found that out. We figured that out. And now they can go find their, whether it take a day from now or a year from now, they get to really figure out and be picky on what type of house that they want to buy.
Right.
Buy that house, be 100% certain that they want to buy the house, and then sell their house.
Yeah.
So fantastic program.
And what agent doesn't want to sell someone's house that's not in it?
Correct.
Right? How much easier is it to sell that house?
So NAR did a study, I would say a year ago, that vacant and staged homes sell for 5% more.
That's incredible.
So because so some agents believe in staging, some agents don't believe in staging. If you don't believe in staging, you're lazy, right?
Do it. Hire the people to do it.
You're lazy. Yeah. Like don't be lazy, because a lot of times agents, and that's why we work with top agents, because top agents understand staging works.
Yeah.
Right. If you're an agent and you're just like, oh my God, I'm so excited that I'm getting this listing, and you're gonna like, you're just gonna go blank, and you're gonna be like, let me just sell your house, right? Then you're not listening to the client and what their actual wants and needs are. You got to present your client with multiple different solutions, different ways you could sell their house to help them ultimately achieve their goal, right?
Right.
So staged homes, no matter what, even if the client still has their furniture in the house, still figure out how to position that furniture to make it look better for the photos, right? Paint does a major, like paint the house, right? So with this equity that we have, that we take out of the home, they can use it for their down payment. They can use it for repairs. They can use it for just paint or new floors or whatever. So that client will get the most money for that home. So not only this works, right? Not only it's the convenience of them not ever regretting with the house that they purchase in the future, but it's also allowing them to get more money for their listing too as well. Right. And then it's also allowing them when they're purchasing their future property, if it's non-contingent, because we know the agents say this, I can get contingent offers accepted in today's market because it's not crazy like 2021.
Right. Yeah,
you can get it accepted, but your client's still going to pay more for that house because they have no leverage.
Yeah, exactly. They're
going to have more. So terms are going to be better for the seller.
Yeah.
Price is going to be better for the seller. Non-contingent, if you're the only offer, it's going to, now you have more negotiating power to make a less price, better terms for the buyer.
Yeah.
And then if you're doing contingent offer on the buy side, then you know that once you get that offer accepted, you have to sell your current home fast. So you're most likely going to sell it for less money than you would have sold it for, because you just want to get that off your hands and get into that house.
Right.
So now with this program, you could be non-contingent, you could have leverage on the buy side, and you could have leverage on the sell side and not accept anything less than what it deserves.
What's the max or the price point?
Price is $2.5 million.
Up to $2.5 million.
Okay. Yeah. So single family homes, condos, townhouses. We don't do mobile homes or manufactured homes.
Got it.
And just anything that's more than 2 acres, we don't do.
Okay.
So pretty much, if you're in San Diego, So San Diego, we never have a problem.
Yeah.
Right. And so my job is to make sure that that I train the agents in San Diego on how to properly use this in a listing presentation.
Right.
So there could be most effective with it, right? And give it as a solution. So, we're a company where we want to provide solutions. Like, we could easily go to the consumer and say, we got this program, but we don't want to. That's not the way we're raising money, and that's not the way we're building the company. We're building the company with the best agents in the country.
Right.
Right. So we want to give this a solution as as a solution for them. So if it makes sense for your buyer or your seller, then present it to them. If it doesn't make sense, you don't need to present it to them.
Right.
But it's in your pocket, right? One of the cool things that our partners love is that if they bring a client to us for any of our products, and sometimes clients are a little shady. We know that, right? What our clients love is if that client decides to go with another agent and use this program, we're not going to allow that to happen.
Right.
We're going to say, sorry, if you want to use this program, consumer, you have to use the agent that we work. No, the agent that brought you to this program.
Gotcha.
So, you know, and we have a mortgage company. That's another program that we have, and we have the seller program. Any of our programs, our client is the agent. It's not the client. And
the consumer.
Yeah. But we obviously take care of the client, the consumer.
Of course.
Because we want to impress the agent.
Right. But your main focus is on the agent for the reason is they're selling for their clients. Like you have to educate them on how to sell it. Again, I think agents these days, if they're not top agents, are scared to try new things. It's a program if you have not heard, or sometimes they go, oh, it's too good to be true. Like you're going to take my house and I'm going to be out all this money. It's like, no, that's why your focus is on the agent.
Correct.
To make them look good because you got to educate them on your different programs. And they change with the market. They've changed.
Correct. They've changed. Yep.
For the better.
Yep.
For the better.
So on the flip side, we have cash offer, right? So that's an easier program, right? So we have a mortgage company. Right. So they, you know, and one thing I think a benefit for any agent is if their client comes to us, they fill out an application and they get approved. A lot of clients will easily leave their agent before they leave their lender because they don't want to have to go through the whole paperwork process, all that type of stuff. Right. So we've helped out many agents keep and retain that client because down the road, we get them approved. They find a house, but maybe they find a house with another agent. Yep. Right. And then their agent calls us and says, hey, my client's approved for your cash offer program. You know, we want to write an offer on this property. Sorry, you're not working with the agent that you dropped, that brought you to us. We can't work with you. If you want to do this program, you got to go back to your agent. So I would say about 95, 96% of the time, they go back to their agent because they don't want to deal with that again. They retain So cash offer, we make them a cash buyer, right? So cash is king. HomeLight will buy their house for them on behalf of them, with their name on the RPA, on the contract, and we'll simply sell it back to them using the mortgage that we got them approved for.
Okay. How does that differ from buy before you sell? Because you don't own the house in buy before you sell.
So buy before you sell, that's if the client needs to sell their house. Right.
But you don't, you just take equity out. You don't own.
We don't own their house. Right. We just take equity out. They own their house. They own 2 houses. Yeah. But the cash offer is if they strictly just need to buy.
Got it.
But then they can use the buy before you sell program and use our cash offer together. So that works perfectly, right? They get to take equity out of this house, put the equity down on their down payment for their next house. HomeLight will make a cash offer on their property to make them have a little more leverage for better pricing, better terms, get them in that home as a cash offer. It's a free cash offer. Yeah. They might as well do it anyway. Right. They got to get a loan anyway. Yeah. And then our loan is cheaper than most loans because we only charge $1,200 no matter flat fee, no matter what size of the loan. And a lot of lenders charge origination fees and processing fees and underwriting fees. And you'll see the good faith estimate and you'll be like, dang it, I'm spending a ton of money. With us, it's $1,200. So it's a no brainer.
Yeah. That's impressive.
So our partner agents, our HomeLight agents get buyer and seller leads to close more business, and they get products on the buy side and the sell side that will help them get more business and also find solutions for their current business.
Yeah. And you got one more.
What is it? Tell me about it.
Wait, didn't you got trade-in?
That's buy before you sell. We renamed it.
You renamed it.
We renamed it.
Yeah, so you just have the two now.
We make it easier.
Well, that's so much easier.
Yeah. I was just talking to a top agent, which is a new Venture Escrow agent too as well.
Okay.
Tony Elias.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we were today at 10 a.m. and I was going through these products with him today, and he was like, "Oh my God, this is a game changer." He goes, because he worked with the trade-in, he worked with the other programs, but this is a little bit different. Yeah. And he likes it, he loves it, and he's like, dude, he's like, I've been working. He's like, I got like 46 leads right now for seller leads. He's like, and I'm going to tell you right now, the biggest objection out of these 46 leads is I want to sell my house, but I don't know where I'm going to go next.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell them this, and I guarantee by the end of the day, I'm going to get 5 or 6 people to come in and do this program with us.
Yeah.
So I just unlocked listings for Tony Elias potentially
Right.
that he wouldn't have had
Yeah.
if it wasn't for this program. And we do that all the time, every day, up and down California for all the top agents.
Well, you're staying ahead of the curve in this industry. You guys, like I said, even from when we partnershiped and, the short time that we have, I mean, you guys are utilizing these products. Like we said, if you went back to 2021, buy before you sell was huge. And now it's like, but you've bettered it. You've made it. You got rid of, like you said, the trade-in offer, which I don't even know that, but now,
so we didn't get rid of it.
Even better.
We just adjusted it.
Adjusted it to.
We adjusted it, and then we renamed it because it's not really a trade-in.
Right.
They get to buy their future house before they sell their current one. So we just said,
buy before you sell.
Buy before you sell. So if you notice too, there's a big agent by the name of Daniel Beer.
Yes.
That had a big advertising on buy before you sell. Spent tons of money on that. Billboards and buses and everything like that. So it works.
That's the program.
It works. It works really, really well.
Right.
So yeah, if you got, if you're an agent, you're listening to this, you think this would be good for your arsenal, let me know.
I don't see any agent that wouldn't think it's good for their arsenal.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
To leverage any deal. Go in their house, let them know that they have this opportunity.
It's a menu of options. So it's going to be the difference between you sometimes getting the listing and not getting the listing, right?
Right.
Because you have a different option than the other agent that they interviewed. So that's the thing is you don't want to sound like the same agent that they just heard. Hey, I can market your house. I'm the best agent. Look at me, Okay, great. That's great. Talk about yourself.
Right.
Talk about what you can do. But then now let me tell you something different that I have that no other agent has.
Yep.
Right. And so these products are still very exclusive to very few agents here in San Diego. So it's, I have yet to hear of one agent competing for the same client with the same program.
For the same program.
Yeah. So it's good. It's powerful.
Well, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Congratulations on all your success.
Thanks.
You're doing great.
Appreciate it.
You're crushing it.
Yeah.
We've been speaking for how long, Tony? 2 hours, over 2 hours.
No, how long has
This
it?
is the longest. How long?
I just lost again. I was kidding.
He fell asleep.
I know.
No, 140.
100, hour and 40 minutes? How long are we supposed to talk for?
Probably an hour.
Shit.
No.
Was I the problem?
You are never the problem. My guess is, and it's so funny because Tony gives me these updates on times and I just wave them off. I don't care. If we're deep in conversation, I'm never.
You just have to pay Tony more money.
We're gonna pay more Tony.
Yeah. Exactly. That's right.
He put time on the thing. It doesn't even say like you have 5 minutes more. It says time and a half starts now.
Yeah.
Right.
That's exactly what that means. But I appreciate you coming on. Because I did want to talk about HomeLight. You do a great job. You help out New Venture Escrow a ton. You do a seminar every month, so look out for those with us. And again, you do this. You're so good at speak. You're so worried about your talking in front of your CEO tomorrow and everything, but you shouldn't be.
No, I just say that.
Oh, okay.
Because it makes me I need to be scared. In life, you need to be scared.
Yeah.
Because then you'll do better. I think so.
Don't over prepare.
No, just come in unprepared.
No, don't do that. Don't come in. But again, you're never unprepared. Very well spoken. You know your programs, and you do it well.
Thanks, man. So are you. Very well spoken. I'm impressed.
No, I just sit here and listen. That's an easy job.
No, he's good. You're good. You're good at what you do. Appreciate you.
Well, let's tell everybody where they can find you, Facio.
Where can they find me? So, Facio Palomino. I think the easiest thing to let you know is you can easily email me. I think that'd be the best way to get a hold of me. It's facio.palomino@homelight.com. So it's FACIO.PALOMINO@homelight.com. And just, say that you heard this podcast and you want to learn more about the programs. We do have a webinar coming up.
We do. Next this might not air before that, so let's go.
Okay, got it. Never mind.
Yeah.
So every month we have a webinar. Yes. And so if
second Thursday
of the month, email me, let me know you want to be in that webinar. If you want information about the programs before that webinar, just let me know. I'll get those to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again for being on our show, dude. And the everything else, I love the HomeLight stuff, but just getting to know you was incredible.
This is awesome.
I didn't know about that, dude. We just became best friends.
Or did we?
Yeah, I think
we became best friends. Is this activity space for us?
Yeah, dude. Let's do a little MMA after this. I
Exactly.
never, box our cousins here. Probably our cousins.
Well, it doesn't count. You do karate. So.
I do karate.
Oh, you do karate?
Yeah, that's a whole different podcast.
Nice. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
I just
thank
make
you.
fun of him. That doesn't count as a.
It does too.
I know it does. It's just I know.
All right, Tony, tell everybody where they can find this podcast.
Well, you guys can find us on YouTube. Go on YouTube, subscribe, ring that bell so you get notifications every time we post a new episode. You can find us also on Instagram, TikTok. Go there, comment, leave a comment to Levi. Ask him questions. He wants to engage with you. He wants to reply to your comments. So go ahead and do that. All right. So let me know when we're ready and we can,
Take us out. That's what's next.
let's go.